In this video, let's talk, Aubrey, about a dream house. And I think for many people, it is only a dream. I think with
Mhm.
economic situations and so forth, it just can be very, very difficult for people to purchase a home of their dreams. But if money were not a problem, I want you to describe your dream house in terms of where that house would be,
Mhm.
what materials would you use, what it would look like, the design, inside and outside, what landscaping, and so forth. Your dream house.
Yeah, I guess if money was no object and, I could design it. I mean, some of the problems might be, zoning regulations, 'cause I wanna live small. Like, part of me really wants to live in a tiny house, but they're illegal in a lot of places. But then another option would be, maybe something that's, 750 square feet, right? I don't wanna go over 1,000. That's just like that house you showed, that's way too big. I'd like to live somewhere where having solar energy would be practical,
Okay.
right? So I'd like to cover my roof with solar panels, buy a couple of those Tesla power walls. Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of vertical storage because 'cause I've noticed that sometimes, that is something that people just forget, right? Because you can
Right.
put shelves in and get a lot more storage space than just having empty walls.
Right.
Bookcases, I love bookcases, that would be great. Like hanging storage. It'd be nice because projectors don't have great video quality, but if the technology existed to have, a screen that rolled up, it'd be nice to be able to just pull down a screen and
Okay.
have, a great big screen on demand and then put it away.
And what about landscaping?
So I kind of don't agree with the United States standard, grass, right?
Okay.
Because it takes so much water and it doesn't do anything. So I'd want, more plants that are more local, suited for the environment, something easy to maintain. Ideally, I'd have someone else do it because that sounds way easier than doing it myself.
Right.
But like where we live in Utah, having grass doesn't make sense to me because it's a desert.
So you're talking about outside maybe having drought tolerant plants and so
Exactly.
forth, maybe some zero scaping of some degree, something
Mhm.
like that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And you mentioned about a tiny house. For those that are
Mhm.
not aware of that concept, what is that?
Yeah, so a tiny house it can come in a couple of different forms. The one that you see most often is like on wheels. So we're talking like 250 square feet max, maybe a little bit more, but it's small. It's about the size of an RV. And the architecture can be amazing, like, because you can customize it to be whatever works best for you because you're in this small space. And if you're someone who doesn't like to cook, like you don't like to bake, just don't put an oven in there. You're not
Right.
going to take up space with an oven if you don't want to bake. Whereas you move into a normal house, yeah, you're going to have an oven in there. You're never going to touch it. Right. I saw a video of this couple. They moved into a tiny house. And, initially they're like, yeah, our dog will just live downstairs, right? She's not going to come up the stairs with us because she's too old. So they installed a doggy elevator. So many things you can do with a tiny house. And, it's mobile, right? If you've got one on wheels and you decide to take a new job, you just take your house with you. You have a new kid and you maybe need a little bit more support. You take your house and park it in your parents' backyard. Give you a little bit more support with your kid.
Well, thanks for sharing that. I think a lot of people will be very interested in those concepts of a tiny house.